Road to a Million Season 2 is just dropped on Amazon Prime. So yeah, this is the 007 game show which Amazon have brought to us. I've already watched Season 1. That was in 2023. And they've just dropped Season 2 for this year. What did I think of it? Let's find out today on the video. So welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name's Matt, and this channel is all about movies, TV shows, collectibles, editions, physical media, all here on the channel. So please consider subscribing if you're new. Right, let's get into my review of this TV series. Okay, so before Amazon took creative control of James Bond 007, they had a sort of an agreement with the Broccoli's, and they commissioned a reality TV series called 007 The Road to a Million. And the first season aired in 2023, and it was, the basic setup was there were couples, contestants, set of 8 couples, and they would go through various missions each week in different locations, and they would have to complete a mission to then move on to the next stage. And it was a series of episodes where each week they would progress to the next stage. One would get eliminated until the final couple of groups of contestants would kind of do the final mission to get the prize of £1 million. So Brian Cox plays the sort of controller, and he's a bit like a sort of M character. He's kind of behind the scenes, and he's talking to the contestants, telling them about the missions that they need to sort of fulfill and all this kind of a thing. Okay, so we're now into season 2, and yeah, there's been a slight change of format with this. I think they've kind of learnt from the previous season that it didn't really sort of work for a lot of people, I think, because it just felt like the contestants weren't really sort of fleshed out, as it were. And I think in this one they've really kind of sort of given you a bit of backstory to the contestants. We get to see that in the episodes as they go on. Part of the missions are to actually know more about each other as the contestants. They get to know each other, trying to find out their strengths and weaknesses. But with this, it kind of gives you a little bit more depth, backstory to these people, and some of them are brothers and sisters. Some are sister and sister, some are best friends, some are partners, married, this kind of a thing. And I really do think that's really helped the series give a little bit more depth to this series. You sort of feel a bit more for these people, what they're going through. And believe me, some of the sort of missions that they have to do are quite hair-raising. There's some quite sort of difficult stuff here, which is not for the faint of hearted. I think they've ramped it up from the first series, and yeah, some of the stuff that I've seen, I've been like, there's no way I would be able to do that. But in this season, what they're doing is they're kind of rewarding contestants as they go, so they are getting sort of money for it each week or each episode, because all the episodes have sort of landed in one go. I would have liked to have seen sort of a weekly episode to keep you sort of engaged, but Amazon tend to drop all the episodes as one, and there are 8 episodes in this. But yeah, each contestants, they are getting a sum of money, so even if they get knocked out, they do go away with some money, and generally it's like £25,000 per mission, so you're talking, you know, some quite nice amounts of money that these guys are actually sort of been able to get for doing what they're doing on this TV show. And this time round, Brian Cox in the control room. It's like a room with a load of screens, but he does have an assistant this time round, and she is very much sort of involved in the countdown procedure and sort of directing the contestants, very much either over a microphone scenario or over a telephone call. A lot of this stuff is done via mobile phone, and you're actually seeing Brian Cox come up on the phone talking to the contestants. Again, very much like the first series, we're going to different locations around the world. I mean, the people on this series are able to visit some wonderful locations. We get to see Thailand, Austria, Mexico. You know, it's absolutely amazing, some of the places that they go to, very much sort of in keeping with the sort of Bond locations from the films. But yeah, I would say this series definitely feels far more Bond-like. There's a lot more music in it, sort of the Bond theme tunes, and as you go through the episodes, you can see the different influences from the different films. Certainly, sort of with this one, you've got Austria, reminding me of the Living Daylights. Mexico, you've got License to Kill, and Spectre. And yeah, it's, you know, it's really clever how they sort of show these locations and the missions that they have to complete. As I say, some of them are quite hair raising, and hats off to these people for doing this. But yeah, it's a far better, sort of feels a slicker, more thought out series this time round. Feels far more Bond-esque. Apparently this was commissioned and the contestants were chosen by the Broccoli's before the Amazon took creative control. So this series still very much has the Broccoli's influence on it. Whether they'll do a third series, I'm not so sure. Maybe this was sort of done sort of, you know, before the direction of Bond was kind of sort of sealed. Now, as we know, they've got the director for the new film. We're waiting on casting for the new James Bond. The writer has been put in place, so I can honestly see maybe this Road to 1 Million sort of maybe not happening possibly for a third series, unless of course this does actually prove to be a hit. I would say that Amazon haven't really sort of marketed this very well. It's kind of on Amazon Prime, but there's no real big advertising for it. So maybe their focus now is more on the films going forward, and this was kind of a bit of a sort of a filler in between, sort of the transition between the Broccoli's and Amazon taking over. So would I recommend watching this? Yes, absolutely. I think it's for, if you're a Bond fan, you're certainly going to see stuff in this which reminds you of the films, and it's nice to have that sort of connection with the contestants. You get to know about them a bit more, like I say, and rather than just being contestants after money, you kind of find out a little bit more of a backstory about them, and it kind of you root for them as they go along. There's certain characters in here which I think are put in there to deliberately be maybe some characters that you think, I'm not so sure about them. They annoy me, this kind of a thing. But yeah, on the whole, an enjoyable series, and I would highly recommend 007 The Road to a Million season 2. And if you've not seen season 1, that's on there as well. Still worthwhile watching. Not quite as good as this second season, but I enjoyed both of these, and yeah, I would like to see a season 3 if they do commission it, but I'm not holding my breath. It must be very expensive to do this series because, you know, they're going all over the world, you know, and their prizes are quite big. But we shall see what happens. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this TV series, certainly if you're a Bond fan. So, have you watched The Road to a Million, 007? Are you a Bond fan? Did you watch season 1? What do you think of this TV series? Do you think it's good, or do you think it's kind of a bit silly and not needed? I know season 1 wasn't particularly sort of taken in well by a lot of the fans, but I enjoyed it. It's nice to have something that's Bond in between the films. Obviously, we've been waiting for some time. Maybe we might have to wait a few more years for our Bond film. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and be interested to hear your comments down below. I'll also put up a playlist for my Bond videos on the channel. So if you're new to the channel, or if you've not seen any of my Bond videos before, go and check out some of these videos as well. Right, well, that's the end of the video. See you next time. Bye now.